Hello loves, welcome back to my channel. My name is ShaRae, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over the different areas of your home that you're probably missing when you're cleaning. Both my parents were both in the military, so they were really into making sure you kept everything nice and clean. And during the years, I picked up a few tips, and I want to go ahead and share that with you. In order to keep your stuff looking nice, clean, and neat and long lasting, you have to clean it. One thing that was told to me is that no one's going to keep your home clean but you. So if you see it and you don't clean it, it's still going to be there next time you go to that spot. But one area that we're forgetting to clean is our light bulbs and our ceiling fan blades. It's good to go ahead and give that a good dusting and wipe off here and there. Now, as you can see, since I wiped the light bulbs, you can actually see through it better, and then you're getting more light. In order to get to the high areas, you have to get a ladder, but please be safe and careful and don't hurt yourself in the process. It's not worth it. Your baseboards tends to have piled up dust on the top part, so you just get a sponge and wet it with some water and a little soap and just wipe it down. It's good to do this at least once a month so that it won't cake up on there. When I clean my kitchen, I make sure that I clean off the cabinets and the cabinet doors, because you get caked up oil from cooking, and if you have any kids, they tend to touch everything. And then also you have all these different spills that can happen while you're in the kitchen. But just give that a nice rub down. Soap and water will do fine. You don't want to wear down your cabinet colors. And also, if you have wood grain, you can use a wood cleaner. I also clean the doors in my bathrooms because you also get dust particles, and I give that a nice rub down. Everyone has their own formula of what they use to clean. As far as my faucet, I use my vinegar and water, and I might add a little soap, but usually vinegar and water tends to do the job with most of my cleaning. But this right here is me putting the vinegar and water over the head of the faucet, and I'm going to put that on there for maybe an hour. It all depends on the type of faucet you have, so make sure before you use the vinegar and water you know what material you have on your faucet, because you don't want to ruin it. But based on how corroded your faucet is will determine the length of time that you'll keep the vinegar and water on there. So after the time is up, you'll pull it down. I give it a little brush. This is optional. I just like to do that just in case there's little particles that need to be removed. Now I'm going to repeat the same process that I did with my bathroom faucet, and I kept the solution on overnight for this particular one. Also, we forget to wipe down our shower curtain liner. It can collect mildew, water stains, so it's good to take it off of your rod and soak it in warm. I use hot water with the eucalyptus mint shower spray, and I add a capful of vinegar and of course water, and I just let it sit there I usually let it sit there overnight. It depends on what you would like to do. I just try different things. It might only need an hour. It just depends on how bad your stain marks are. Mine is not that bad, but I still tend to do an overnight thing with those. But yeah, it gets it really nice and clean, as if you're wiping it down with glass cleaner. A lot of times, even with my blinds, I'll pull them out and I'll soak those in the tub too with soap and water. And my vent covers, I'll do that too. Though that's like the easiest thing ever, instead of manually doing it with your hand. Now, with this, I had a little problem with removing one of the nails, so I had to put it back up in the ceiling and I had to hand wash that. But normally I take those down and soak them in the sink or in the tub. And don't forget the toilet base. We always forget that. If you have little kids, sometimes it gets a little messy. They might accidentally have accidents and might miss the actual toilet seat, well, inside of the toilet seat. And then also one place that we don't really, well, you don't see it at all unless you're on a ladder, is the top of the refrigerator. That collects a lot of dust. So we're gonna go ahead and give that a good wipe down. I try to do that maybe every 4 months. If the season's changing, I'm not gonna lie, I don't go up there all the time. But this right here is months of dirt that you can see. I've wiped it down a few times, so it's not too bad. But yeah, as long as you continue to wipe your items down and keep up with it, it's real easy the next time that you go in there and clean it. I always wipe my walls. My little girls, they touch it. People rub up against it. I have a little small Yorkshire Terrier. She loves to rub her body up against the wall. So yeah, we have to clean that. And then you have your fabric softener dispenser and the area around it. It tends to collect dust and the particles from your clothes can get clogged in there. So, ooh, that looks pretty nasty, doesn't it? So we're gonna go ahead and wipe that down with a wet cloth and soap and water as usual. I get my water nice and hot. It seems like all the items clean better when you do it that way. So we're just gonna go ahead and clean that, and then once we finish cleaning it, we're gonna place it back. It was a little tough getting that fabric softener gel out. It was real gooky, but I did get it out. I did manage to get it out. Please comment below and let me know what your favorite cleaning supplies are and if you have any little tricks that help you clean quicker. Look at that, it looks nice and new again. Some may not know that they have a dishwasher filter that you have to clean. It can get clogged if you don't. Food particle tends to build up there, but you just twist it. It's by the blade. You twist it and you just pull it out. You might have to do a little wiggling, but it's pretty simple and easy to take out of there. But you'll wash that off, spray your filter, and wash that with, of course, soap and water. I use the Dawn dishwashing liquid for that, and then I have my own special formula that I use a lot of my cleaning with. But yeah, you're just gonna scrape that off of there, rinse it off, and then place it back in the area where it belongs. Your dishes will be cleaner too when you do this, and you won't have any water buildup or odors coming out of your dishwasher. Now this area was really tough to clean. You have your caked on dirt coming from outside. So you want to make sure that you maintain cleaning this area so it will eventually be easier when you go back and do it again. I really had to get in there with the toothbrush and wipe it down. I probably wiped it down about 5 times, and it's not completely spotless, but you know, it still looks good. It looks better than what it was. And so when I go back, eventually it'll get cleaner and cleaner. But again, if you put your windows up a lot like I do, or it's raining, dirt tends to get up in there. So, and the wind is blowing outside and everything like that. So you just have to get on in there, give a little elbow grease, but you'll eventually get it nice and clean. So This is what it looks like. It looks pretty decent, and I'm content with the final look. So if you're wondering why you're having trouble trying to close your dresser drawers, you might want to take a look behind there. It might be something hidden. We tend to shove a bunch of items in our drawers and it gets trapped and falls behind the back. When we clean, we tend to look down. You might want to look up. There can be cobwebs just hiding off in the corners and on the ceilings. So just give it a good dust. I usually get a long duster and I go all around my home. Now, this little spot is pretty small and we tend to look past it. We normally pull out our filter in our dryer and we get the lint, but there's a lot of lint in that little opening down there. So I just get my brush and my vacuum and I get as much dirt as I can. Now, if you want to take your dryer apart and get, deep down in there, more power to you, but not me. This is good enough. Also, if you have plants, artificial ones or real ones, those get really dusty too. Just wipe them down. It's good for your natural plants, spray some water on it. It hydrates it. And then for your artificial plant, it just makes it nice and shiny and clean. So give it a rub down. And yes, you may have to wipe each leaf down one at a time. There's no quick way to clean your plants, but the ending result is all worth it. You'll have a brand new looking plant, no dust, and you'll be able to breathe a little bit better. Let's not forget we have to clean under the microwave, and there's a little filter under there too that collects a bunch of grimy oil from when you're frying or just cooking on top of the stove. So we want to take that filter out and we want to go ahead and try to soak that in water. My filter wasn't that bad, so I just sprayed some Dawn spray on there and got a little wool pad and brushed the piece, brushed it real good. But if you see that the oil has gotten too caked on, you want to definitely fill up your sink with steaming hot water and you want to soak your filter. Some use oven cleaner spray and let it sit on there. In my case, my filter wasn't that bad, so I didn't have to do that. But you definitely want to break up all of the greasy particles in between. All this helps in maintaining the lifetime of your appliances and your items so that you can have them for many, many years. Of course, you might want to upgrade items, but in the meantime, you want to make sure that you're taking care of everything. I mean, we do spend our hard-earned money, so we want to make sure that we keep it looking nice and working the way it's supposed to work. I can go on and find many things that we are overlooking when it comes to cleaning. And I hope that watching this video, maybe you can add a few of these into your routine. Don't overwork yourself. You do not have to do this all in a day. Just take your time. If you really like videos like this, please subscribe, hit that notification button, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.